Hi friends, welcome to today's video. I'm doing something a little bit different. I did this recently on my Patreon and it was a lot of fun. And we are going to go thrifting for some crafty stuff. Hopefully, we will see what we find. I always tend to have books on my wish list as well. We will be looking at the books just in case. But I have a lot of books. I love reading. That's like my favorite hobby besides crafting. I love reading, big reader, but I don't necessarily need books. But if there's something there that I've been wanting for a while and obviously the prices are good, then I just have to get it. But we are mainly going there for craft supplies, so we'll see what we find. Last time I found things like trim, I found like a scrapbook box, different things like that. I am going to be picky. Like I don't buy a lot of things. If you know me, I don't do a lot of hauls because I feel like I have so much stuff as it is and I like using things up. So if we don't find a lot today, then that's okay. But we're probably going to go to 3 or 4 different thrift stores this morning. I just went on a walk and it's still on that I'm on a walk. It is 9 a.m. on the dot. So we're going to hit up the first thrift store, which will be Value Village, because there's not a lot of thrift stores that open right at 9 a.m. So we'll go to Value Village first, and then we'll hit up a few more after that and see what we can find. So I'm going to take you with me. I'm going to show you what's there, what I liked, what I see, what I get, what I don't get, what I leave behind. So I'm excited. So let's go thrifting for craft supplies. Oh, and I often like to talk about what I want to look for. So I would love to find, I tried to look for this last time but didn't find any, but like song book pages, if that makes sense. Trims, I love to find fabric for like making albums, like bedazzling supplies, beads, anything like that. We'll see what we can find. So let's get going. Right, that was a bit of a flop. I only found one thing. I got A Woman Is No Man, and I've been wanting to read this book for a while. I've heard it's really good. If you've read it, let me know. But you saw me look at those bags of trim and twine and stuff, and there was a bag. It was $3.99, and there was one in there I liked, but I just didn't feel like it was worth it just to get the whole bag if I'm only going to use one of them for $4. So I passed on that. The other thing I'm looking for is like kind of vintage records. In my craft room, I want to do a records wall and like put records everywhere. So it's kind of like crafty adjacent. So I'm also looking for that. I didn't find that at Value Village, but we are at our next store, so let's go in. Thank goodness that one was a lot more successful. Let me show you what I got. I think I showed you some things. Let's start with the books, because books. First book we have is called Really Good, actually. This was a book of the month book choice for like a year or 2 ago, and I love the look of it, but I never got it, and now I thrifted it, and their prices are so much more reasonable at the store because it's a not-for-profit as opposed to Value Village. So this was $2 for this one. And then the other book I got is Such a Fun Age. Again, one I've been wanting to read for a number of years now. And again, this was $2. So if you've read either of those, let me know. And as far as crafty stuff goes, we got this trim. It didn't have a price on it, so she gave it to me for $1.50. But I thought this will be so perfect for a Christmas album. Like, it's just so beautiful. I don't know if this trim was handmade. It kind of looks like it is, but she asked me what I make, and I'm like, they're like handmade scrapbook albums. I didn't know, like photo albums that I like so. And she's like, oh, cool. I don't think she really understood, but Yeah, I think this will be nice for Christmas trim. And then I got this because this works really well in the albums that I make, like to just give it a little bit of stability, and it's white. I saw some others, but they weren't white, and having not white is okay, but there are some fabrics that are a little more see-through, so having white is ideal, so I got those. And then I found this trim that I thought was so pretty, this lace that has a little bit of pink in it, like these flowers with pink. We have this one that is a blue trim. We have this assortment of different trims and laces that I liked. They look a little bit vintage, maybe they're not, but I just like the colors, and that's it. So that was a pretty good one. This store is usually my favorite for both prices and options because it's a Mennonite one, so you got all of the Omas, all the crafty Omas donating their stuff, so I usually do well at this one. But let's move on to the next one. All right, I just came out of the last store and I didn't find much. You saw some things that I saw in there, but that bag of stuff was like 20 bucks and that seemed crazy to me. This one was Salvation Army, and actually my sister-in-law donated I think hundreds of books to this store. It was a little bit ago, so I was kind of on the hunt for those books. Didn't see any books that I was interested in, so they're probably all gone. But yeah, that bag of stuff, I liked the little some charms and stuff that were in there and some tassels, but it was definitely not worth 20 bucks. There were rocks and stones that I didn't need. If it was a couple bucks, maybe I would have gotten it just for some of them, but definitely was not worth 20 bucks. So I didn't leave there with anything, but that's okay because I feel like the other store was a lot more successful. So that is it for today's video. Thank you so much for being here. Please let me know down below if you liked this kind of video. I know we didn't get a lot, but I think that's the better way to go, at least for me, because I don't want to contribute to over consumption and have too much stuff, because it's going to take me a while to go through all of this stuff as it is. So I like to be picky and particular and find my favorite things, and it was a lot of fun today. So let me know again about those books, if you've read any of those, and what you thought of today's video, and if you want to see something like this again. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a great day. Bye.